Welcome into First Pitch for Friday, May 5th. I am Drew Martin, joined by Lawrence Presman, Tokyo Brandon, and Tony Finn of WagerTalk.com. We got big game breakdown, best bets coming to you. Come join us in the live chat box. And if you're watching on replay, feel free to reply below. Hopefully get some Cinco de Mayo winners for you. Happy Cinco de Mayo out there. And we got Lawrence Presman batting in the leadoff spot. Check him out, WagerTalk.com. Big game breakdown here. Prez, I'm seeing the Baltimore Orioles and the Atlanta Braves in Cobb County here. Great matchup. I mean, good series here. Two good teams. Yeah. What are you looking to do in the ATL tonight, Prez?
Well, firstly, Drew, thanks so much for having me, man. Great show. Good to be here. I'll tell you right off the bat what the bet will be, and then I'll give you all my reasons. I'm going to take the Braves in the first 5 innings, minus half a run. And let me get to this. The Baltimore Orioles, outstanding job so far, 21-10 on the year. They just won 2 out of 3 against the Royals. Big whoop, 13-10 yesterday. And times have changed, man. Look at the perception of this Orioles team. They were a minus 190 road favorite against Kansas City. And is that a reflection of Baltimore, or is it the market laughing at the Orioles? Who knows? But what we do know is the Orioles are playing really, really good. But they're going to be tested this weekend. The Atlanta Braves, 22-10 on the season. They just swept the Marlins. Won 6-3 yesterday as a minus 105 road dog. For this upcoming interleague series opener, the Braves are listed as minus 200 to win the series. And they've received about 80% of all bets and dollars so far, which tells us that both pros and Joes are backing the Braves. A few trends to keep in mind. Non-division favorites after a win have a 65% win rate this season. That bodes well for the Braves. Braves have a better batting average than Baltimore, 263 versus 259. They have better pitching, 351 versus 457. And the Braves are also 18-9 so far this season as favorites. I don't see how you can't back them here. The other thing is the total is 8.5 in this game. The over is juiced to minus 115. Look to take both teams over in this game as well. The Orioles are 18-12 to the over. The Braves are 19-12 to the over. In fact, the over has hit 5 of the last 7 Baltimore games and 7 of the last 10 Brave games. The over is also 10-1 in the last 11 Brave games. Max Fried on the mound, 2.0 start, 0.45 ERA. The Orioles counter with Dean Kremer, really 2.1, 6.7, 6.667 ERA. I got more for you, man. The Atlanta Braves have been on a hot streak, winning 7 of the last 9, including 3 of their last 4 home games. Their offense is impressive, 23 runs in their last 3 games. This should bode well. Dean Kremer struggles on the mound. On the other hand, Baltimore have won 4 of their last 6 games. They've been playing great offensively. They've scored 16 runs in their last 3. However, man, that's not against Max Fried. He's had an outstanding season. Look to take the over as a lesser bet, but my big bet for this game is on the Braves, minus a half a run first 5 innings. Oh my God, that was so long. My apologies.
At Prez Wager Talk on Twitter. Check them out. Hey, on what Wager Talk today, Wager Talk YouTube channel. Each and every day, noontime is where you can catch him and Teddy Covers. We got Tokyo Brandon batting in the 2-hole here. And Brandon, I'm seeing Minnesota and Cleveland, a little AL Central battle. Braley Ober on the hill for the Twins. What are you looking to do here? Competitively priced game. We saw the Twins minus 130. It's actually been bought down a little bit. Now just minus 115 here. So some Guardian money. What are you looking to do in Cleveland tonight?
Yeah, thanks, Drew. Nice to be on. I'm not sure what people are seeing in the Guardians here because they're not a good home team. They're 4-8 at home. Twins are not a great road team either. They're 8-8, but Bailey Ober has been great this season. He's only had 2 outings. Granted, they were not against stellar teams. He went against some bad teams, Royals and Washington. But pitched more than 5 innings in each game, had tons of strikeouts in each game, and gave up 1 run in each game, which is pretty good numbers. If you look at his career against the Guardians, it's also pretty good. He's only allowing a batting average of 212. He's given up no home runs in 33 at bats, so all looks good there. So look at the other side. We got the Guardians going with Peyton Battenfield. So what's his deal? Well, he's pitched 4 games and he's progressively getting worse. He did well against the Tigers and the Yankees, but then Boston kind of knocked him up a little bit, but they knock everyone up. He gave 3 earned runs in 2 innings to them, and then he got smashed by Colorado. So, career-wise, this season-wise, he's not doing that great. Career-wise, against the Twins, we don't have any data, but his season whip is not good. I don't think he's a great pitcher. So let's take a look at the two teams together. Neither bullpen is performing very well. Minnesota's bullpen in the last 10 days has a collective FIP of 4.58, where Cleveland has a 5.41. I don't trust either one of those numbers. But if you look at the lineups, Minnesota has a huge advantage here. Cleveland can't hit. Their collective lineup WOBA is 268, which is terrible. Minnesota is a 323. I don't know what people are seeing in the Guardians here, but I like Minnesota in the first 5, and you can get it for minus 125. So, or minus 130, minus 125. So I would take Minnesota in the first 5 here. I think it's a great bet. Great numbers here.
Tokyo Brandon straight from Japan, liking it here. Minnesota, a little buyback on the Twins. Like it, buddy. Tony Finn batting in the 3-hole up next. And Tony, I'm seeing a game circled. It's actually the last game on the card. Milwaukee Brewers, San Francisco Giants. A little degenerate special here late night, Tony. So for those of us up late night on Cinco de Mayo celebrating, what side you thinking we should bet here?
Well, I found this pretty interesting. If you look at the price on Burns in Milwaukee. Now, granted, Milwaukee, they came back to earth a little bit in the last series. They have scuffled against left-handed pitching. So does that mean that Sean Manaea and the Giants are essentially a pick'em against Burns and the Brewers tonight in the Bay Area on where the Willie Mays Avenue Boulevard, whatever it might be in San Fran? They're not. In fact, this is not a very good San Francisco team. If you all things equal, they have they've been pretty good against left-handed pitching, but they don't have a lot of wins to show for the rest of their work. Manaea, he got the short straw, right? When he had to pitch the first game in Mexico City, 5 runs, 5 hits, and 2 innings of work, right? There's a lot bigger problems than just Sean in San Francisco. However, I think they've treated him kind of strangely, should I say? He worked just short or just long of 1 inning in relief against the Cardinals. Why? Because they didn't want him facing a Cardinal team that destroys left-handed pitching, or at least bashes them, right? And he wasn't very good against the Mets with 5 runs allowed on just 4 hits. That's when he went 3.1. So what is he tonight? It's Manaea tonight against Burns, and they're portraying Burns as being broken ever since his first outing or his season opener, where he gave up 6 runs, 7 hits, walked 2, only struck out 3 against the Mets. Since then, pretty darn good. He's been the pitcher of record in 3 of the 4 games, won all 3. The one he didn't win was versus Boston in Milwaukee, where he went, look here, 3 runs, 2 earned runs, 3 walks against only 5 strikeouts. But outside of a little command issue that's gotten much better than his season opener, Burns and the Brewers at minus 120 against the Giants seems like a steal to me.
All right, well, late night action there for you. Friday night, Cinco de Mayo. Tony Friend, Tijuana Tony by some guys. We got best bets. We'll start it off going around the horn here. The Prez, Again, guys, check them out. Wager Talk today, 12 noon Eastern time on the Wager Talk YouTube channel. Prez, I'll throw it over to you. Any final thoughts here for the show? And I'm seeing the Boston Red Sox actually plus price here. You know, Prez, a lot of people coming into this season thought the Red Sox weren't going to be all that good. Don't look now, the hottest lineup in baseball. What are you thinking with the Sox tonight?
Well, first, Drew, I just want to let everyone know, one of our listeners is like, Prez is reading. Yeah. So as opposed to what? Waking up in the morning 3 hours before the show and then memorizing everything? What does memorizing it have to do with? Like, the information we pass out is the same whether it's read to you or memorized. I don't really see any reason why I should take the time to memorize these games verbatim when I can just do the research, write it on a piece of paper, and actually read it. So yeah, RJ, I did not memorize the information I'm providing on this show. My bad, but I do love you, man. You're always around. You always comment. You're a good dude. Drew, let's get to it. I like Boston plus 135. The Phillies finally return home Friday after a rough road trip out west, which landed them below 500 on the season. And man, I was on a few of those Philly bets. Meanwhile, Boston bats have been hot as the Red Sox have won 6 runs in each of those contests at the least. Coming off an 11-5 win against the Toronto Blue Jays. I was on Toronto yesterday. I'm not on a great baseball run. I'm on a great NBA run, but my baseball right at this moment is terrible. A full disclosure, just like the Jays coming off of a 4-game sweep. Boston Red Sox have been crushing right-handed pitchers this season with a 2.274 batting average, a 3.41 on-base percentage, a 4.75 slugging percentage, an 8.15 OPS, and on and on and on. They've hit 33 home runs, 46 doubles, and have 129 RBI against righties. Boston also has a strong recent record on the road against teams with losing records, winning 4 of their last 6 games. Additionally, they have won 7 of their last 10 against right-handed pitchers. It's kind of hard not to think that success will continue. Boston sends Chris Sale to the mound, and if we're being honest, he's not the pitcher he used to be. I don't think he ever will be that pitcher again, but he's still a good pitcher. He's been hit and miss so far this season, but he's coming off a really good showing in his last start against Cleveland. 1 earned run in 6.1 innings. He had a solid start against Minnesota April 18th. He held the Twins to 3 hits and 11 strikeouts. He was roughed up against Baltimore, though. What version of Sale are we going to see tonight? I do think he's getting back on track. He's going to be a good starter for the Red Sox this season. And the way this lineup is hitting the ball, there's just no reason to overthink this. This is one of the hottest teams in all of baseball on a 6-game win streak, taking money. I'm going to take that. Boston plus 135.
Look at the underdog Red Sox from the Prez there. And again, guys, reminder, check them out. Wager Talk today on the Wager Talk YouTube channel, 12 noon
Drew?
Eastern time. Yeah.
Drew, I'm going to bug out, brother. I got my kids upstairs waiting for a meeting. I know you don't come back to me. I wish everybody a lot of love and an incredible weekend. Thanks for having me, bro.
Always a pleasure, Prez. See you next week, buddy. As we got tough to follow that, but guys, I'm going with the Detroit Tigers plus the run line here. Going tonight plus 1.5 minus 105. So a little bit of reduced juice. Risk 105 to win 100 on the Detroit Tigers. Now, not the best team in MLB, but we do get them plus 1.5 as the road team. So let's set that up, guys. Run line special here with the road team, meaning the St. Louis Cardinals are going to have to win by 2 or more runs, doing so using 3 less outs as the home team. Keep in mind, if they're up going into the 9th inning, they're not going to bat, and that's what they're going to have to do in order to win the run line bet. So I'm taking that, kind of flipping it on its head here and going on the Detroit Tigers plus 1.5. And a couple reasons why here, guys. Detroit Tigers fresh off of taking a 3-game sweep, 3 games in 2 days from the New York Mets, scoring 16 runs in those 3 games. And the Cardinals here, I mean, really, you can make the argument, the most disappointing team to this point in the season. They're in last place in the NL Central, not exactly the best division in baseball, and they're 10-22 overall. They're one of the coldest lineups in baseball. And the Detroit Tigers, one of their kind of strong, I guess one of their best attributes here is their bullpen. So we get the better bullpen in the later innings. I'm taking the Detroit Tigers plus 1.5, minus 105 for my best bet. And of course, sprinkle a little bit there on the money line, flirting with plus 200. So I'll throw it over here to Tokyo Brandon, guys. I'm seeing his best bet, Kansas City and Oakland. But a reminder, Tokyo Brandon's plus 86% profit in April. So carrying that over here to May. He's the number 2 all sports capper the last month. And he's got a 5% play up. That's the top rated play possible at WagerTalk. And Tokyo Brandon, I believe that goes tonight, man. So what do you got for final thoughts, and where are you heading for best bets?
Yeah, thanks. I just saw a comment down there. What's my favorite Kiss song? I'd have to say Love Guns, my favorite Kiss song. Either that or Charisma off the Dynasty album. Very underrated song. Love that song too. Thanks for the comments. Did Prez say he has a meeting with his kids? I've never had a meeting with my kids before, but all right, let's go to the games. So today I have a 5% play that goes in probably 5 minutes, so you might not have time to pick that up. But I do have another play, which is a team total in MLB, and you have about 5 hours to pick that up. That's at my page at WagerTalk.com. I'm the number 3 all-profit capper in MLB for the last 30 days, so things are going pretty good. And I'm coming off a 5-1 night last night in Asian baseball. I will have my Asian baseball plays out later. And I also saw another comment, if I may. Someone asked me about Hama today in the KBO. I would not bet Hama, but if you're ever going to, today might be the day. But if you can get plus runs at a decent price, maybe bet Hama. But I'm looking at the under in that game, Hama and KT. Anyways, on to my best bet for today. Will be the Royals and the A's. So we've got not the cream of the crop, but the crap of the crap. And hey, the Royals aren't that bad, actually. The first thing I look at when I break this game down is both bullpens are bad. But there's bad and then there's putrid, and the A's are absolutely putrid. I've been burned by a couple of bullpens lately. But I don't think I'm going to get burned by Kansas City's bullpen today, because Oakland's bullpen is just awful. How awful? Their bullpen has a collective FIP in the last 10 days of 5.6. So bad. So bad. The Royals are right around 4, which is also bad, but 5.6 is just absolutely atrocious. How about the lineups? The Royals are actually hitting really well recently. Their lineup has a collective WOBA of 358, which is actually really good compared to Oakland's 299. 358 is really good. The Royals are hitting really good. I mean, they have a bad reputation because they're called the Royals, but their hitters are hitting really good. They're getting some Bobby Witt. He's a clutch hitter, very clutch. So let's take a look at the pitching matchup. We got Kyle Muller against Brad Keller. So Muller's bad. How bad is bad? He's got a whip of 192 this season. His last outing, he did all right, but before that, he got knocked up for 6 runs, 5 runs. I mean, he's just bad. And history-wise against the Royals, we don't have any information on him, but he's got a 6.28 ERA and a 192 whip this season in 4 starts. It's not good. Brad Keller, on the other hand, not great. His whip is 158, so not much better than Muller's. But his ERA is respectable at 3.56. Look at his last few outings. Aside getting bombed a little bit by the Diamondbacks and Texas, his other 4 starts are pretty good. He gave up 1-1-1-2, so not too bad, actually. So how does he perform against A's historically? Really well. He's got a batting average against of 263, which is a little bit high, but he hasn't given up a home run, and he's kept the OPS under 800 in 19 at bats. So it's a small sample size, but we get the better pitcher, we get the better bullpen, we get the much better lineup, and the Oakland's collective FIP of their bullpen at 5.60 tells me I'm all over Kansas City here. So I'm taking Kansas City on the money line if the price is good enough. Might have to lay a run if the price is not good enough. I don't have the number at the top of my head because I'm not reading. I'm just kidding. Sorry, Prez. No, but I like the Royals here. I will take them the full game because of that horrible A's bullpen. So that's where I'm going tonight.
All right, going on the Royals there for Tokyo Brandon. Again, guys, check out his 5% play going tonight. We got the Gold Sheet best bet in here, guys, and it's in the Cleveland and Minnesota game. Again, going under 8.5, minus 115-ish price tag on that. Minnesota's Bailey Ober has only allowed 4 home runs in his last 67.1 innings pitched at the MLB level. Ober had a top 10 walk rate among pitchers the last 2 seasons, so he's not letting up any free passes there. And Cleveland had off yesterday, so the Guardians bullpen is rested and ready. So that AL Central matchup where the Gold Sheet is going. And hey, taking the under of 8.5. We got Tony Finn in the house to finish up best bets here, Tony. Tony, throwing it over to you, man. Any final thoughts for the show? What's on the slate for Cinco de Mayo for your weekend, and where are you heading for best bets, Tony?
Well, I guess I don't have to throw a jab at the Prez. Tokyo Brandon got 2 in on his best bet, so we'll just leave that at that. And I promise not to read. I'll just spit it out and act like I know something. We're gonna go to Seattle tonight. Houston, reigning pretty good team in Major League Baseball. Christian Javier's on the mound tonight. And we're going to go with the prop, strikeout prop with Javier, which is over 6.5. Don't bite, into the questions in relation to Javier being efficient enough to a degree that he can deal deep enough into this game tonight to read. And Mark, he will have that opportunity. This guy's already pitched, I think, in the 90s, every single game, 90 or more. He'll probably throw 100 pitches tonight. What is expected to be a pretty good pitcher's duel with Javier and some other guy that used to play for Cincy or something. I don't know, pretty good pitcher too. That said, Seattle rates second in Major League Baseball in strikeouts per at bats in K rate and K ratio. And tonight, Javier gets that 7 and probably, I think, may have his best outing of the season. He's gotten better and better and better. He struggled a little bit with command, but that said, not only Houston as a small favorite tonight, but Javier over 6.5 Ks.
Tijuana, Tony, in the house, or should we say, Shoeless Joe Jackson, Tony Finn. Guys, if you got $100, let us know which best bet you're going with tonight. Feel free to reply below on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. Fire away in the live chat as we'll recap the best bets here. Cinco de Mayo edition. Detroit, the Tigers, plus 1.5, minus 105, taking the underdog on the run line. Sprinkle some on the money line near plus $2. We got Boston, the Red Sox, hottest lineup in baseball right now, catching the plus price. Chris Sale on the hill, plus 135 for the Prez. Tokyo Brandon, Royals, minus 150 there. We got Tony Finn, you just heard it. Christian Javier, over 6.5 strikeouts, minus 120 price tag. And the Gold Sheet, Minnesota, Cleveland, under 8.5, plus 100. Huge shout out to the chat box as always, guys. Professor Chris, enjoy the time in Fenway tonight. He's heading to the Red Sox Phillies game. Have a good time, Cinco de Mayo style. And a shout out to everybody else. RJ in the house, C. James as well. Happy Friday to all you guys. So thanks for joining us, guys. And cash those tickets for Tokyo Brandon, the Prez, Tony Finn. I am Drew Martin. Have a fun, safe weekend. We'll talk on Monday. Thanks, guys. Cash those tickets.
Have you checked out all the new handicappers at WagerTalk? If not, here's your chance. You can take 50% off your first daily or 3-day all-access purchase at WagerTalk using coupon code TRYWT. Our new roster of experts is 30 deep, covering sports from all around the world, giving you tons of options to choose from. All you have to do to redeem this offer is go to WagerTalk.com, choose a handicapper of your choice, and use coupon code TRYWT at checkout, saving 50% on your first purchase.